what my life is really like. So listen.
First, my name Jaguar. Don't address me different. I don't know you from a can of paint, son. My enemy can be your personal choice. Don't lace up till it's time to run. Ain't scared, never been scared, gon' be scared, and that's a fact, yeah. You should be questioning me. Truly, I've always been a fact, there. I'm not a narcissistic thirst bucket, no, just self-aware. Aware you've been thinking about me too much. Time to come up for air. Your opinion in the universe of me rates about a 0. Now go add value to that somewhere else and find a new hero. Vicarious living is death, covered up in a whole lot of coveting. This ain't church, so why you got a plate in your hand? Cause baby I ain't offering, but you can take this 2 cents right here to the store and go and get a snack. Then sit on the curb and figure from which hand you just got snack to turn up.
You want it?
Time for the turn up.
Got it.
Turn up.
Air Force.
Time for the turn up. Turn up.
Everybody wanna know like about celebrity friends and why I gained weight, my marriage and all that. Whatever.
Time with the Roots was cool, Jake was great, and Cat Williams, yes, amazing.
For real though.
All it means is cool people enjoy my talents and my company. See, I made me experience, shape me, but in the day I made me self-reliant, don't waste the fight, and don't see that change until I'm dying. Far as waking, chalk it up to depression, married and asshole. Dark days, storms, then made it to the end of the rainbow. Found me a pot, gold named Sam. I love being his mother. Might do it one more time, honestly, because it's such an honor. Always wanted a real life for real love, something that was on my true definition of fame is to be alone in the sunshine. Turn up, time for the turn up.
You wanted it.
Turn up.
It is.
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Time for the turn up.
You Air Force.
Turn up.
What?
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Yo, everything in this world that glitter ain't gold.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Gain the world, lose your soul.
Pretty much.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. Hey, everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. No shame in loving God, though the world may see God's failure. Good things they do take time. Take yours, I take mine. No point in lying for it, might end up dying for it. We all get what we deserve. Some help deserves some way to be served. My pride is my right, and my right is my life. Rich if I want to, might miss the real truth. To be more understanding, to be more forgiving, to compromise, to believe God.
Y'all always want to ask some questions, right? Did that answer it for you?
Dos,
Come on, man.
uno, dos, tres, up.
Turn up. You wanted it.
Salute, 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 and welcome to the Jaguar Wright Effect. I'm hoping that my favorite co-host will show up soon. We are here live in the stream. How is everything? Can everyone hear? You know what I'm saying? Can everyone hear okay? Are we good? Are we good? Because you know what? Listen to me. It's the turn up. Y'all already know. For those of y'all who know, you know. You know what I mean? That's the anthem right there. That's the keep it all the way real anthem. And you know what? While we're at it, let's just stay in the spirit of music for a little while longer. And I'm gonna play another record. I think it would be good to play another record. You know, there's so many songs that I've written throughout the years that really haven't gotten a lot of shine. Yeah. We're gonna play this one. I wrote this one for Nipsey Hussle and for my son. Just a couple of days after Nipsey passed away. So let's get into It's Deep. If you're gonna give it all up, do it for something. If you're gonna give the game up real quick, make sure you do it for something. If you're going to give it all up, then never thought I'd live to see 25. Just to live past it, see my son die at 25. Now Nipsey Hussle's gone, his favorite rapper. Less than 1 year and I've lost 2 kings, monuments to a future so bleak. Do it for something. If you're gonna give the game up real quick, make sure you do it for something. If you're going to give it all up, then everything you kissed, everything you missed, everything you did, everything you climbed for, everything you strive for, everything that you died for, everything that you lied for, everything you cried for, just make sure in the end it's worth dying for. And make sure it's something. Do it for something. If you're gonna give the game up real quick, make sure you do it for something. If you're going to give it all up, then don't give up. Life's too short, short give up. Don't give up, don't give up. Life's too short to cut it short again. Talk to him, miss. Tell him what it is.
I just don't like playing with gang culture, playing with, hip-hop, things that people that change their life, people that come from nothing, you know what I mean, use their method to empower themselves and take care of their family. Right. I get offended when people, they treat it as a disposable thing or as something that could be controlled, like, build business models around joking, playing with artists and they struggles they go through. Right. You know what I'm saying? I take offense to it.
That's my firstborn man child. That's Jaguar Wright. He was my first. Do it for something. Everything that I was doing to leave for him, his brother, and any other child that might be attached to me along the way. The 19-year-old boy that took his life 4 days after he turned 25 years old was attached to Yella Beezy and trying to get a Rock Nation contract. People tend to forget. Where it all comes from for me. I think some people tend to think this is all a game. It's not. Lives are lost. A lot of lives have been lost along the way. I was always wrapped around greatness. And helped shape a good share of history along the way. Funny thing is while they were all pretending to be whatever they wanted the public to believe, I just was. Funny thing is no matter how hard they try to replace me or I am. Even if I never release another record, do another tour, sing in front of another live audience ever again, even if none of that ever happens, I am history. And trust me and believe me when I tell you, this ungrateful nigga right here will never forget what and who I am. He has to resort to childlike flexes. But I promise you, what I am is etched in history. It's etched in stone. I ain't got nothing to prove. I was there. I ain't got nothing to prove. Whatever there was for me to prove, I proved that a long time ago. And before we get into it, since we're in the spirit, let me share a little something more. And then we're going to
get me. I'm special. Look at me. I'm a star. Look at me. I'm spectacular. Can't you see? I'm going far. Look at me. I'm a winner. Look at me. I'm so high. Oblivious to my surroundings. As I watch it all pass me by. Running away from the sun. Can't run from one trip. I'm running and I'm running and running. I'm running and I'm running. From the sun. yo. Look at me, I'm a freak. Don't look away, I might be dead by next week. So running away from the sun and running for one more trip. I'm running and I'm running. I'm running and I'm running around the sun. Running till my feet get numb. And running one more trip. Running till my feet get numb. I'm running around the sun. Computer rap, kill them all. Until they die, put another bullet in their heads. Call it entertainment. Instead, computer rap, get them high, hang them till they die. Put another chemical in their heads. Call it, that's entertainment.
I don't gotta preach. I don't gotta sing. I don't gotta take every morning to live my life. The fact that I'm find something that is happening, and I feel and I be that's enough for me. All these people, they're begging me. Look at me. I'm half naked. Look at me. I'm so rich. Look at me. I got a million followers. Look at me. I'm a billionaire. Look at me. I can't even get a loan. Look at me. I can't even be left alone. Look at me. Like I'm begging. No. It is what it is.
Running away from the sun and running for one more trip. I'm running and I'm running. I'm running and I'm running around the sun. Running till my feet get numb. And running one more trip. Running till my feet get numb. I'm running around the sun. Computer rap, kill them all until they die. Put another bullet in their heads. Call it entertainment. Instead, computer rap, get them high, hang them till they die. Put another chemical in their heads. Call it, that's entertainment. Instead.
Bruh, I could go all day. I really could. I could go all day. I could play record after record after record. Good. I wanted to. But I tell you what I know. I have nothing but things to be grateful for. And I truly am blessed in a way that most people really don't understand. Most people really don't understand how I'm blessed. There is a pureness. In everything that I do. I'm going to tell you something right now. There is no amount of money that could ever make me want to go back to what these people do. It's not there. I've lost the desire. Like, to even want to stand next to these people. The music that I make, It's forever music. You know, I'm so cool on it all. And I think that's the part that people really have a hard time understanding about me. I think people like kind of believe that, you know, when you get to that spot, when you get to that space, you want to supposed to always be there, or you're never supposed to let it go. I mean, there's so many people in this world that like they be gagging to be there, and they really just can't imagine the idea of getting there and then not wanting it, and then seeing what it's all for, seeing the cat in all of the game. And I think for me, that was really like that was the thing that bothered me the most today about the comments in this sham of an interview. Like this interview, bruh, this interview, if you want to call it that, that part. Who is this child? Like, I'm sitting there like, yo, who didn't go and pick Junior up from the after school program? Like, he looks like a kid that just got picked up because his parents forgot to come get him. Indeed. The second that I refused to align with what they had going on, I was enemy number one. And I'm telling you right now, their biggest problem with me is that they know I don't want it. You ain't missed nothing. The only thing you missed, if you didn't see that interview, was a bunch of lies. I'm sure he does work for Rock Nation. Like, I went checking up his background. It's really not that impressive, especially considering he's supposed to be an editor. He's supposed to be a journalist. And I'm like, who is this kid? I don't think he's doing the interviews, well, doing this interview because of the concerts. From what I could see, this was recorded a little while ago. It was recorded a minute ago, and then it was just released now. Which is interesting because that would make sense considering there are certain things that was just totally, just walked over. I'm going to give the little boy who did this interview a break, because if this interview was actually recorded in January and not released until now, then yeah, that would have been that would have missed a lot of things, especially a lot of things that have been happening recently. But what bothered me more than anything was just the acknowledgement. So I'm not sure if this was filmed in January and not released until now, then I don't know if they should have released it, because it really makes it look like he's avoiding things that are very necessary for him to answer to the public. I mean, there were a couple of things though in there, like him sitting there fronting and pretending, like, cause he was fronting and pretending, like heavy fronting and pretending, like especially when he got to talking about the whole Drake and Kendrick thing, because This right here, this messes up that whole conversation. That whole conversation. Because see, in the interview, he was sitting there fronting and pretending. Like literally fronting and pretending like he could care less. He didn't have anything to do with it. He wasn't worried about it. He wasn't doing this and he wasn't doing that. So let's just get this clear. If this interview was actually like if it was actually like, ooh, like the more I think about it, the crazier it sounds. I don't know what that fool wearing. I'm gonna tell you what I did hear. Allegedly, the reason why he got them dreads is because he's got some kind of like high tech Neuralink stuff going on in his head. Oh, hold on a second. What's this? Jag Stone Bella been talking about you lately and telling people to really listen to you. She said she would love to have a conversation with you. You know what? Me and Sloan, we were talking about talking last year, and then things got hectic, and you know, like I lost track of her, and I don't think we ever you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if her people ever reached out to us. I don't remember. It's been a while. There's been a lot going on. I mean, I recently spoke with Atwood, and he donated to my GoFundMe, and he posted about it. So you know, salute to him for that. But I can't tell you much about nothing. Like I really haven't been paying attention to nobody. Like really. I'm so busy focusing on the things that I'm focusing on and looking at the things that I'm looking at and doing the things that I'm doing. Like I really I haven't really been paying attention to anybody. So salute to Sloan Bella, and thank you to Sean Atwood. And I guess we're gonna have to try to figure out how to get in touch with her. I don't know. Like I don't like to try to leave people hanging. His sneakers are annoying you. No, but I just wanted to like it's just, yeah, like this interview, I don't know, is it just me? This interview really just, I guess it kind of irked my soul to a certain extent, because for me, I like a lot of things about him are annoying, but what was really annoying for me was not even him, because I expect him to say and do crap because he's been doing it forever. Like, child, some people never grow up. He's been doing this crap forever. Like, he's been lying in interviews and making stuff up for years. He does it. He likes irking people. Like, because he knows people know he's lying. And for him, it's really more about, he knows that he can sit in front of an audience full of people, lie his freaking ass off, and know that nobody's ever going to call him out to his face about it. Nobody's ever going to come for him. Like, it's kind of like a narcissistic flex. Like, he knows he's lying, and he knows everybody knows he's lying. But what he does know is that because of the industry ties that he's built, and the people that he has under his thumb, and the grasp of power that he's had, that nobody's gonna say anything, nobody's gonna do anything. You know, the people that he's got rocking with him and working with him, you know, they're the ones that are really moving the needle in the backdrop, and he just gets to sit there and be a figurehead and just keep lying. Like, I don't know if I would call it a Jedi mind trick, because that would like imply that there were intelligence into just knowing how to be a plant. Because the truth is if you sit there and you listen to him, he doesn't really talk that intelligently. He doesn't sound that smart. He said, like, yeah, for sure. Like, he talks like a hooded out valley girl. He really doesn't make sense with a lot of things that he says. And what really bothered me is I'm looking in the comments and people are sitting there, oh my God, he's dropping this gem. And he said, you know, don't skip over that. It didn't happen to me. It happened for me. And that's a line that comes, you know, that's a quote from Eckhart Tolle, who's the one that wrote the book, The Power of Now. Like, he didn't even have the decency to sit there and to credit that man for his words. And he does this all the time. He'll go and he'll read a bunch of, you know, really, really, really smart things and grab a bunch of really, really, really intelligent things. And then he'll pawn it off as his own. Like, that's the one thing that I can't stand about him. He's always been a plagiarist. He is a huge plagiarist. That's what he does. Like, it's just kind of sad. And it makes sense that he would go and do this interview with a kid who wasn't alive and probably doesn't even know how to go about checking or who to speak to verify anything real or anything that he can bounce against. Like, for instance, if this interview really was filmed in January, it was a bad look. Him sitting there trying to play off the whole, like, Drake K-Dot situation, like he wasn't heavily involved in the beef, like he wasn't, you know, attached to it in any way. Yeah, Oprah had him in the book club. Trust me, I know. Like, it makes sense for him to sit down with this kid, and 9 times out of 10, the kid, he was either you know, bullied about, you know, going along with the program. Like they said, you know, they was emailing and all of that stuff leading up to this interview. So no doubt he gave him, you know, a bunch of, you know, talking points of what he could talk about, what he can't talk about, yada yada yada. You know, the normal narcissistic game plan. And you know, or, you know, he offered him, you know, fame and fortune, working underneath Rock Nation somehow. You know, you could be the next Touré, and we'll take care of you, and we'll look out for you, and we'll make sure you get all the best jobs. And I mean, the kid is, I mean, I think he's younger than my deceased son Giovanni, because Giovanni would have been, you know, 33 this year. So it's like, you know, he's probably about 30 at max. I mean, he looks like he looks like a high school kid. He looks like he's barely a freshman. And you know who he reminded me of when I was looking at him at the beginning of the interview? I'm like, oh my God, he looks like Spike Lee's character in Do the Right Thing. He looks like Mookie. I wanted to call him Mookie, like straight up. Or is it just me? He was giving me big time Mookie vibes. Like, I was just waiting for Rosie Perez to like jump out of the way. Mookie! Like, it was kind of just, it was weird, but it was totally orchestrated. But back to what I was saying about him talking about like the Kendrick Drake beat and acting like he, you know, wasn't interested, like he wasn't invested in that. Because This was only like 3 weeks ago. This was at the top of the month. What I have here on the screen. And you know what? Let's take a look. Let's take a look and see if we can pull up what Michael Eric Dyson had to say on his phone call with Jay-Z. All right, we're not gonna, because I want to make sure we pull up the right thing here. I don't want to get too much into other people's content. We're gonna rock it on a fair use. Let's see if we can what channel is this? Hold on a second. Guys, I'm sorry. I gotta look here. You know, it's just so wild when you look at these Illuminati people though. Because they're all linked into each other, tapped into each other somehow. I'm trying to see if I can find video where it's just him and the call. Like, Academics had so many different clips of this, and I really don't want to. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's going to be hard to find because I definitely don't want to use that guy's content. I definitely don't. I had pulled it up before. Man, I am trying to see if I can find it because I had saw it earlier and now see, and that's what's wild because every time I've learned, what I've learned is these guys, they get online and they go and they start scrubbing the algorithm. You know what? Let's hop over here to urban politics. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's just pop over here to urban politics. And it's so funny because this one don't have no views. Oh! Hold on a second. Page needs to be reloaded. Alright. Hold on a second. Alright, guys. I think I might have found it. Sorry, I was prepared to look for another clip and it didn't pop up, but let me clear the screen a little bit. Let me get this down here. I understand this is fair use, and salute to Urban Politics. He's a channel here on YouTube. He's actually affiliated with the fellas over at Real Life. So, under the fair use, doctrine of support, commentary, and educational and critical purposes, we're going to. Yeah, no, thank you. We're going to get into this right quick. See what he thinks.
That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing.
All right, hold on a second.
Disagrees with me bitterly. Well,
all right, hold on.
Because that serious might be a bit more serious than you think. I could be wrong, still be sure. So I don't say it with the kind of arrogance that some of my interlocutors on the internet have suggested. And let me tell you something. A very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me bitterly. Well, I won't say bitterly, just aggressively and vigorously. His name is Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Now, I don't usually talk about the conversations that Jay-Z and I have because that's between us. That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing about what we talk about. But he hit me up and he vigorously disagreed with my particular position. He said it with dignity. He said it with respect. He articulated his ideal intelligently. I responded to him. We went back and forth for a minute, and I shared with him my essay, the 3,000 some word essay I wrote in the Philadelphia paper.
Okay, pause. Can everybody hear this okay? Can everybody hear this okay? I want to make sure that we're all able to hear this. Okay, yes, all right. So just to give it a little reference, this is Michael Eric Dyson talking about Jay-Z calling him regarding the whole Kendrick and Drake beef. Now, anybody who paid attention to that interview today, even if it was allegedly filmed in January and not released till now, this happened almost 3 weeks ago. Almost 3 weeks ago. Okay? Now, this is Michael Eric Dyson talking about Jay-Z calling him to go back and forth with him about the Drake and Kendrick beef. And once again, salute to Urban Politicians TV here on YouTube from Houston, Texas boy. Yeah. Like I said, he's down with the real life, but here it is. Jay-Z confronts Michael E. Dyson for lying and exposing his Drake versus Kendrick text apology. Now, I don't know if I agree with the title, but let's listen. And I want y'all to remember, this happened, this interview, or I shouldn't say this interview, this admission, because don't forget, Michael Eric Dyson posted this on X. When I first saw this, it was on X. And everybody snatched it off X and started making content about it right away. Okay? So this was 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago, this actually happened. Okay? Now, mind you, that would be the beginning of March. So if this interview was actually filmed and recorded in January of this year, this would have happened at least a month and a half after that interview was done.
Job as a scholar is to show you that stuff you didn't think was that serious might be a bit more serious than you think. I could be wrong, to be sure. So I don't say it with the kind of arrogance that some of my interlocutors on the internet have suggested. And let me tell you something. A very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me bitterly. Well, I won't say bitterly, just aggressively and vigorously. His name is Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Now, I don't usually talk about the conversations that Jay-Z and I have, because that's between us. That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing about what we talk about. But he hit me up and he vigorously disagreed with my particular position. He said it with dignity. He said it with respect. He articulated his ideal intelligently. I responded to him. We went back and forth for a minute, and I shared with him my essay, the 3,000 some word essay I wrote in the Philadelphia paper, where I break down what's going on between Kendrick and Drake. And he
pause. Now, if I go to the interview, and I'm not going to pull up the interview, because I have no doubt in my mind that if I shared anything, he's very happy to be Jay-Z friend, ain't he, baby? He's so happy to be Jay-Z friend. He's so happy. No, but seriously, if I go and pull up the transcripts. And I'm finna do that right now. I'm finna pull up these transcripts. Because I want to make sure that everybody said, oh my goodness, hey Grumpy Knuckles. Hey baby girl, sending you all the love the Most High has given me. I appreciate your courage and love for our intelligence. I hear you. Salute, bro. Long time. It's been a minute. And I did get your number and I will be reaching out soon. So hold on a second. I got to get to these transcripts. Because it's just wild to me. Like the way people be lying. It's kind of nuts. So hold on a second. Okay, so he puts here, wait a minute. How much further do I need to go back? Okay, so let's just see. And now, all right, now this is a quote from the interview coming from Sean Carter. This is at the 25-minute mark. He puts, and now you have these pods of cult. The stand armies fighting. Yeah. And it's like, it's too far. It's like bringing people, kids in it. And it's like, I don't like that. You know, maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, you know, I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But I think we can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music, with collaborations, more so than breaking the whole thing apart. And then the Kid Frazier says, yeah. And then it goes back to Sean Carter at the 25-minute, 30-second mark. It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing. And you know, you had the battle. It was fun. And then you moved on. And the Kid Frazier says, right. And then it comes back to Sean Carter. Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have because it takes up so much oxygen. Now, it's like every day they're trying to take. And Frazier says, like, they're still talking about it. Not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song, I like this. It's like, I don't know how many times these people said like, and I'm reading the transcript. Not like, yo, this song, I like this. It's like trying to tear down the people's life. And Frazier says, yeah. And then it comes back to Sean Carter and he says, it's like trying to, you know, wreck this guy's marriage or wreck this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. I don't know. That's interesting. Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time. Great music. Just everything around it was just like, man, it is like taking us a couple steps back. And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm going to say it. I don't know if battling needs to be a part of the culture anymore. Interesting. The kid Frazier says, I hate that. I have this point of view. I do, because I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. I hate it. It is just how I feel about it. Well, it even kind of extended to you, right? Because people made it a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's putting, and he's not. Like, I don't have, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. Okay, so this is Jay-Z talking. Like, it's so funny the way they both talking. They sound like children. This is crazy. This is the conversation being had. Hold on a second. Let me jump over here to the comments because I don't want to be ignoring anybody. Hold on a second. Man, I don't want to be ignoring anybody. Wait a minute. Fire and Glory came through. Salute Fire and Glory says, I hope all of these things happening let people know you were never lying, even though I know you don't care about them. I went down a long rabbit hole with all your videos. I love and respect your realness. Thank you so much. Fire Glory, appreciate you. And thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. Are welcome anytime. Jay-Z is not the Brooklyn hood rapper anymore. I mean, quiet as kept, he really never was. But let's get back to what he was saying. Okay? So then the kid says, well, it even kind of extended to you, right? And then Sean Carter comes back and says, because people made it a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl, right? So I'm sorry. The kid was still talking. The Frazier kid was still talking. And then it comes back to the Jigga Man and he says, it's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's putting, and he's not. Like, I don't have, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice, right? It wasn't in some sort of allegiance or alliance to the battle, you know. And then the kid Frazier says, yeah. What I care, here comes the Jigga Man. What I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me? And then Frazier says, word. Like Beavis and Butthead almost. Yeah. The bunghole. This was like a straight Beavis and Butthead conversation. And then it comes back to, you know, the Jigga Man again, say, have at it, have fun. It's almost like not on me, just by the way, that they drag everybody in there. Like, everyone's part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck? Like, what? I'm effing Jay-Z. All due respect to him. I'm effing old dude, respectfully. And they said old dude because he was like, I'm effing HOV. I don't call him HOV. I don't. The only HOV I know is the high occupancy lane on the highways. That's it. He ain't nobody's God. He ain't never gonna be nobody's God. Okay, so this is what he's saying in this interview, right? He don't care. He doesn't have anything to do with it. None of this matters to him. This is what he's saying in this interview. So understand, please, let's not even get started with I'm a young man from the streets. Let's not, at pushing 60, we're not going to get started. Okay? That's about it. That's about it right there. He the baby. Lord and Savior. That's about it. So let's understand this. If this interview was actually, if this was actually done in January, like people are alluding to, this was all filmed and recorded in January and not released till now, that makes this Michael Eric Dyson moment, like that makes this extremely telling. Oh, hold on a second. I know it was a terrible interview. I thought so too. Wait a minute. Grumpy Knuckles coming through. Salute. Says, y'all don't understand that Jag always been telling the truth. The scales need to be lifted. None of these guys have ever been smart. Chosen by Baal. Ooh, that part. That part. So I just want to make sure everybody's with me here. Okay? I'm reading from this interview that was allegedly filmed and done in January. This Michael Eric Dyson conversation happened in March. So after everything that I just read you, what did he say? What do I care? Have at it. I chose Kendrick because he was having a monster year. Nothing more than that. What do I care about them two guys battling? Like, what's that got to do with me? This is what he said. So now let's listen to the phone call again.
And you think I could be wrong, still be sure. So I don't say it with the kind of arrogance that some of my interlocutors on the internet have suggested. And let me tell you something. A very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me bitterly. Well, I won't say bitterly, just aggressively and vigorously. His name is Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Now, I don't usually talk about the conversations that Jay-Z and I have because that's between us. That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing about what we talk about. But he hit me up and he vigorously disagreed with my particular position. He said it with dignity. He said it with respect. He articulated his ideal intelligently. I responded to him. We went back and forth for a minute, and I shared with him my essay, the 3,000 some word essay I wrote in the Philadelphia paper, where I break down what's going on between Kendrick and Drake. And he was respectful. What I love about Jay is that he's not arrogant, and he's got more reason to be arrogant than anybody we talking to, including myself, on this darn internet and yet in social media.
A few moments later.
I remember once when Kanye posted publicly a text exchange between us that was private, and I was hurt by that. And I'm thinking about that because I've done the same thing to Jay-Z. No, I didn't publicly post a text, but I talked about a private exchange between us that should have remained between us as it has for the last 20 some odd years. So I want to apologize to him here. Why am I doing it here and not to him directly? Because the old black people said, where you get it is where you get it. Where you messed up is where you fess up. And that's what I'm doing. What was his main disagreement? Look, first of all, it wasn't a call. It was a text. That's what we do. We text about geopolitics. We text about The Godfather and a myriad of topics. That is what our habit is. His main disagreement, when I compared Kendrick in his line, Not Like Us, to Trump in his trying to distinguish himself from others who weren't on the same level. And Jay-Z said basically that was a faulty kind of comparison. One is a rapper, the other is a far more sinister force. And he said, this is what rappers do. They look at the vulnerable.
Pause. Is anybody following me? Is anybody following me? He looks stressed out of his mind giving this apology. Are y'all following me? Because I'm taking y'all for a little stroll and I'm giving you context. I'm giving you context. If they're actually correct and this interview was filmed in January, that would have been at least 6 weeks before this back and forth that he had with Michael Eric Dyson. Which means he knew this interview was coming. He knew this interview was going to be made public with him sitting there fronting and acting like he ain't care nothing about the beef, like he wasn't never trying to take Drake down, like he wasn't trying to do this, like come on. Come on. Let's get to it. He knew in January that he was selling this rubbish on this big interview that was supposed to come out and whitewash everything and make it look like, oh no, I didn't do this. And I didn't do that. And I never cared. What do I care about a bunch of rappers? All I did was try to give the culture a platform in front of a national space because these rappers, they needed it. What do I care if they're going back and forth? I don't care anything about that, but that's not what it sounds like here, coming out of the mouth of his so-called friend, does it? Because see, Michael Eric Dyson started running his mouth about this whole situation 2.5, 3 weeks before this interview hit. Which would kind of make sense at why the Jigga Man would come at his neck and make him do an about face and a turnaround and make a whole public apology. Because see, in the interview, he was sitting there pretending like he didn't care nothing about this beef. He didn't care nothing about this, but that's not what this man said. Oh, and by the way, Michael Eric Dyson, it doesn't matter if y'all had the conversation over the phone or if it only happened via text. You was in communication with the man. Now, unless you gonna sit up here and tell us, sir, that you was capping about the whole situation and that you just use your so-called friend who you say you never use for clout online. Like, unless you're going to come back and say you made that whole situation up, it doesn't matter whether or not it was over the telephone and he called you or y'all was just texting back and forth about geopolitics and all of that shit. It doesn't matter, sir. It does not change what you had to say, what you were so proud to say about you and your friend, Jigga Man.
Stuff you didn't think was that serious might be a bit more serious than you think. I could be wrong, still be sure. So I don't say it with the kind of arrogance that some of my interlocutors on the internet have suggested. And let me tell you something. A very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me.
Pause. This is what I love. He had to use my interlocutors on the internet. Like, I love it when goofy bros, when goofy black dudes, especially the ones that are supposed to be like super, like I put him in the same kind of big dummy with an expense account. Like he reminds me of Stephen A. Smith. Like, they want to prove that they so smart that they oftentimes say things that are just really, really, really dumb. But I just want y'all to watch like the sunrise and the sunset of his whole exposing his communications with his very, very, very good friend Jay-Z. Because he was very excited. Like, as you see, he starts off very cocky. Let's just take it from the top. Rewind.
Because the scholars to show you that stuff you didn't think was that serious might be a bit more serious than you think. I could be wrong, still be sure. So I don't say it with the kind of arrogance that some of my interlocutors on the internet have suggested. And let me tell you something. A very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me bitterly. Well, I won't say bitterly, just aggressively and vigorously. His name is Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Now, I don't usually talk about the conversations that Jay-Z and I have because that's between us. That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing about what we talk about. But he hit me up and he vigorously...
But that's exactly what you just did. You was blabbing. And wait a minute. What was it he said? He said it was the way he said it. Because he started with one word in particular. And he can't blame it on alphabetizing the words that he chose, because aggressively, I believe, came after that. I think he said bitterly.
Very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me bitterly. Well, I won't say bitterly, just aggressively and vigorously. His name is Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Now, I don't usually talk about the conversations that Jay-Z and I have, because that's between us. That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing about what we talk about. But he hit me up and he vigorously disagreed with my particular position. He said it with dignity. He said it with respect. He articulated his ideal intelligently. I responded to him. We went back and forth for a minute, and I shared with him my essay, the 3,000 some word essay I wrote in the Philadelphia paper, where I break down what's going on between Kendrick and Drake. And he was respectful. What I love about Jay is that he's not arrogant, and he's got more reason to be arrogant than anybody we talking to, including myself, on this darn internet. And yet in social media.
A few moments later.
I remember once when Kanye posted publicly a text exchange between us that was private, and I was hurt by that. And I'm thinking about that because I've done the same thing to Jay-Z. No, I didn't publicly post a text, but I talked about a private exchange between us that should have remained between us, as it has for the last 20 some odd years. So I want to apologize to him here. Why am I doing it here and not to him directly? Because the old black people said, where you get it is where you get it. Where you messed up is where you fess up. And that's what I'm doing. What was his main disagreement? Look, first of all, it wasn't a call. It was a text. That's what we do. We text about geopolitics. We text about The Godfather and a myriad of topics. That is what our habit is. His main disagreement, when I compared Kendrick in his line, Not Like Us, to Trump in his trying to distinguish himself from others who weren't on the same level. And Jay-Z said basically that was a faulty kind of comparison. One is a rapper, the other is a far more sinister force. And he said, this is what rappers do. They look at the vulnerabilities of and insecurities of their opponent and they exploit them. Why would he know that? Because he conducted one of the most famous rap battles in the history of the art form. And so I mischaracterized him. He said, it ain't that serious. He wasn't vigorously disagreeing with me. It's not like he called me and said that. And even on the text, he literally said, it's not that serious. So I want to apologize to him. And the reason I clarified my position in the first place is because he made that distinction between Trump and Kendrick.
Wow. Okay, guys, I just want to oh honey, not 3,000 word essay, 30,000 word essay. I just want to conduct a little polsy-wolsy here. Oh yeah, he was apologizing, but he had to make sure he was pontificating and hypothesizing and doing and using his big words. Okay. Yeah, 30,000 word. Yeah. So I just want to take a quick poll. I want to ask everybody right quick. Damage control upon damage control upon damage control upon damage control. Okay, I just want to be clear. Because he started out saying he bitterly disagreed, then he aggressively disagreed, and then he vigorously disagreed, and then all of a sudden it wasn't that serious, and he had to apologize because he shouldn't have done whoopie-whoopie-woo. But see, the one thing that maybe even Michael Eric Dyson didn't know, that this big GQ interview was coming. See, See, I think this big GQ interview was supposed to be the reset for him to be able to try to like dig his way out. And also understand this. If this interview was filmed in January, him being highlighted from what we've been researching and gathering intel on over 90 times in the Epstein file. See, last year when it first hit, it was only 2. He was only mentioned 2 times. He was in an FBI call regarding an essay that happened at Epstein Island, and Harvey Weinstein was the alleged attacker, and he was just present. And then he was talked about as how they were using his business model as a marketing plan to get the Black community to do whatever the elites wanted them to do with their energy, their time, and their dollar. But fast forward, after I guess this interview was filmed, his name popped up a lot more. And not only did his name pop up a lot more, Rihanna's name popped up on the call logs, on Jeffrey Epstein's call logs, with more than one phone number there. And as we all know, Rihanna is a Rock Nation artist, and she was initially brought into the music industry and signed by the Jigga Man when she was 15 years old at Def Jam at Def Jam Records. Also, before this interview hit, Nancy Mace called for the Jigga Man to come on down to Washington in front of this oversight committee and answer a few questions. And within just 3 days, Rihanna's house was pow-powed with an AR-15, and they're still lying about all of the details surrounding that. Yes, this live will be saved, but I want you guys to understand what I'm saying. This interview that he was supposed to be doing with Lil Mookie from the block over there at the GQ land was supposed to be cleaning up a lot of things. You know what? I don't want to hear about what Simone got to say. Y'all know me and Moni used to be friends, and we ain't friends no more. I don't fuck with that bitch. She Shluminati down, and I'm good. I pray that her children are doing well. Little Lacey should be getting ready to turn 18 soon. I want y'all to peep what I'm saying. This interview, if it was filmed in January and not released till now, I want y'all to think of the list of all of the things that has popped up since then. I want y'all to think about it. The mentions in the Epstein files, the rest of the mentions that have recently popped up. Rihanna's name being attached, him being called to have to answer questions, and this back and forth between him and his very, very, very good friends. Actually, no. Tom, I don't think it's that at all. I don't think Onika had anything to do. And I want to make that very clear. I do not believe that Onika had anything to do with what happened to Riri's house. Matter of fact, I bet you dollars to donuts, in my opinion, and this is all speculatory and just my opinion, backed by my First Amendment right, and we're going to say it's alleged. But I wouldn't be surprised if Rihanna actually knew what was about to happen to her house. Rihanna was a minor under Jay-Z's watch. She was his artist. She was signed to him. Her name was on the Epstein files. And guess what? From 2017 to 2020, she was involved with a Saudi businessman who he and his father were listed in the Epstein files. And matter of fact, when the files came out and they was talking about somebody with the initials MJ, they blamed it on Michael Jackson, but who it actually was Muhammad Jamil, father of Hassan Jamil, who was Rihanna's boyfriend. And he was also involved and had involvement with Naomi Campbell. Are y'all following me? Oh, well, Lena's, listen to me. Appreciate you all the same. Are y'all following me? I tell you what I do know. An attempt on someone's life is enough to get them out of the country. So just in case the country want to start asking questions and want to start calling people to, are y'all following me? Are y'all following me? Follow me closely. Michael Eric Dyson had no idea when he started running his mouth that he was messing up this interview. Now I'm going to read you one more again what the Jigga Man had to say. He's sitting here trying to sound like he actually gave a damn. We'll just pick it up from here. It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing. And you know, you had the battle. It was fun. And then you moved on. And Frazier says, right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have because it takes up so much oxygen. It takes up so much oxygen. Now, it's just like every day, they're just trying to take, and then Frazier interrupts and says, like they're still talking about it. Not just talking about it, not like, yo, this song, I like this. It's like trying to tear down the people and trying to tear down the people's life. And Frazier's like, yeah. It's like trying to know, wreck this guy's marriage or wreck this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. I don't know. That's interesting, Frazier says. Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time. Great music. Just everything around it was just like, man, this, it's like taking a couple steps back and we've just grown so much that I don't know if I guess I'm going to say I don't know if battling needs to be a part of the culture anymore. Interesting. I hate that I had this point of view. I do, because I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. I hate it. It is just how I feel about it. Well, even if, well, it even kind of extended to you, right? That's what the Frazier kid says. Because people made this a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side, and he's putting, and he's not like, I don't have, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice, right? It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle, Frazier, yeah. Jay-Z, what do I care about them two battling? Like, what does that got to do with me? Frazier, word. Jay-Z, have at it, have fun. It's almost like, not on just me, by the way, they drag everybody in there. Like, everyone's a part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake. I guess, but like, what the fuck? Like what? I'm effing Jay-Z. All due respect, but I'm the HOV, dude, respectfully. Which is interesting, because that's what he said in January. And then about 6 weeks later, he was going back and forth with his friend, his very good friend, who he texts with about geopolitics. And this is what was said.
Show you that stuff you didn't think was that serious might be a bit more serious than you think. I could be wrong, still be sure. So I don't say it with the kind of arrogance that some of my interlocutors on the internet have suggested. And let me tell you something. A very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me bitterly. Well, I won't say bitterly, just aggressively and vigorously. His name is Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Now, I don't usually talk about the conversations that Jay-Z and I have, because that's between us. That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing about what we talk about. But he hit me up and he vigorously disagreed with my particular position. He said it with dignity. He said it with respect. He articulated his ideal intelligently. I responded to him. We went back and forth for a minute, and I shared with him my essay, the 3,000 some word essay I wrote in the Philadelphia paper, where I break down what's going on between Kendrick and Drake. And he was respectful. What I love about Jay is that he's not arrogant, and he's got more reason to be arrogant than anybody we talking to, including myself, on this darn internet. And yet in social media.
A few moments later.
That part.
I remember once when Kanye posted publicly a text exchange between us that was private, and I was hurt by that. And I'm thinking about that because I've done the same thing to Jay-Z.
Pause. How did he get from his very good friend Sean Carter to now he's calling him Jay-Z? And it's wild because he's sitting there talking about Kanye. Notice what he used. I remember once upon a time, like Kanye, the biggest, screw up, as they would consider in all of hip hop. And so now he's, laying down and comparing it. Like, I want y'all to just pay attention. This dude is something else. He's something else.
On this darn internet. And yet in social media.
A few moments later.
I remember once when Kanye posted publicly a text exchange between us that was private, and I was hurt by that. And I'm thinking about that because I've done the same thing to Jay-Z. No, I didn't publicly post the text, but I talked about a private exchange between us that should have remained between us as it has for the last 20 some odd years. So I want to apologize to him here. Why am I doing it here and not to him directly? Because the old black people said, where you did it is where you get it. Where you messed up is where you fess up. And that's what I'm doing. What was his main disagreement? Look, first of all, it wasn't a call. It was a text. That's what we do. We text about geopolitics. We text about The Godfather and a myriad of topics. That is what our habit is. His main disagreement, when I compared Kendrick in his line, Not Like Us, to Trump in his trying to distinguish himself from others who weren't on the same level. And Jay-Z said basically that was a faulty kind of comparison. One is a rapper, the other is a far more sinister force. And he said, this is what rappers do. They look at the vulnerabilities of and insecurities of their opponent and they exploit them. Why would he know that? Because he conducted one of the most famous rap battles in the history of the art form. And so I mischaracterized him. He said, it ain't that serious. He wasn't vigorously disagreeing with me. It's not like he called me and said that. And even on the text, he literally said, it's not that serious. So I want to apologize to him. And the reason I clarified my position in the first place is because he made that distinction between Trump and Kendrick that I wanted to make clear that I completely understood and did not intend. So God bless you all on this morning. Rest in peace, Reverend Jesse Jackson. Jay-Z, my sincerest apologies. Much love to you, my dear brother.
Yo, yo, yo.
And salute to Urban Politicians TV. I don't know. Did you not? Did you not see how nervous that man looked? Which is interesting because all of this happened just a couple of weeks ago, right before this interview came out, because everything that he had to say when he initially came out on X running his mouth was in complete contradiction to what this idiot said that was aired in this interview today. We didn't realize why a couple of weeks ago this old nigga was sitting there apologizing the way he was apologizing, why he made that backspin the way he made that backspin, because they needed that to shut down. Because let's not forget, when old dude hit the internet, when that hit the internet, there was at least 100 different content creators who made content about this whole situation. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me pull back. Let's just take a look at a few. Because as you can see, there are a gang of videos about this whole situation. And it got views all over the place, which is wild. Because this video from Urban Politicians has been out for 2 weeks and it ain't got no views, which is wild. I wonder why this video that we just shared got no views. Why did it get no views? Maybe because it had both of this very, very, very sad social media transaction. And it could prove exactly how the Jigga Man works. Of all the videos that ain't got no views, Jay-Z checks Eric Michael Dyson. Academic reacts to. Michael Eric Dyson's 444 apology. Michael Eric Dyson's Not Like Us. Take backlash. Straight debate. Glasses exposes Michael Eric Dyson apology. Dr. Michael Eric, like, are y'all seeing? Punk got that call. Academics reacts to Michael Eric Dyson folding after his previous Drake and K-Dot. Do y'all see this? All these videos? Look at that face. As the Jews would say, look at that punum. Look at that punum. You see him? Do you see him? Look at that man. That's the fear. That's the look of terror. That's straight fear. He trying to make sure he gets look, backpedaling and stepping infection. Look at how scared he was. He filmed these videos all by himself. You can tell he did it in the same hotel room. Apparently, he gets a hotel room to go and make this kind of content for the internet. Do y'all see how many videos was made? Do y'all see how many videos was made? Now I want y'all to think about this. Think carefully about this. This entire situation totally screwed up what was coming in this interview. Matter of fact, let's take a little poll, shall we? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Michael Eric Dyson's bucket mouth moment about his back and forth between Key and Sean Carter. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you think his little outburst contradicted what the Jigga Man said in this interview that was released today. Put a 1 if what Michael Eric Dyson said 3 weeks ago on the internet contradicted what the Jigga Man said in this interview that was released today. Put a 2 in the chat if you think what Michael Eric Dyson said supported. What the Jigga Man said to them. Okay, we got ones. We got ones. We won in it. We won in it. We won in it. Okay. One. 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 Huh. It's kind of wild because what it really suggests, or what it looks like to me is that part of the reason why he went in his neck like this was because he was trying to salvage the damage control that this interview was supposed to be doing. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say that the ones have it. I would say that the ones have it. I would say so too, guys. And see, that's what I love about the way that our creator
I don't need 8 bars, I'll take 16. I don't need a line, I'll write the theme. I don't need a verse, I'll take the song. All I need is one mic.
Yo, niggas lukewarm, I'm hotter than Tucson. Big black Yukon, cut out like a coupon. ain't study, check. 1, 2, come through. Do what I wanna do. Drink a case in your face. Escape with your boo. Oh, kill him crack. Oh, kill him crack. The kid back with a vision. Oh, you ain't feeling that. Hey.
I don't need a boss. I'll take 16. I'll take. I don't need a lot. I'll write nothing. I don't need a verse. I'll take the song. All I need is one mic and we can rock it all night long. Long. We can rock it all night long. Long. We can rock it all.
Man, call me the best that ever did it. Just started. I ain't finished. My character so authentic. I said it because I'm in it. Don't like it, don't give a shit. If fuck all of y'all can get it in an hour or second of Philadelphia minute. TikTok, run a clock. No, I will not stop. Your baby pop on my job, try and get some cop. Talking about where he gon' cop. Prada sneaks in a little watch. Fuck that. I need property. Wall Street stock. Dow Jones in my NASDAQ bag, and I ain't ever got to take that back. You ain't getting no chicken. I don't know about that. So don't you ever call my jack. I'm a beast. You a rat. I'm a lion. You a cat. I don't bang with y'all frauds. Ain't no hugs and no daps. I just chuck 'em, throw the pointer finger up, then the middle one. Shoot these little candy ass rappers up like Skittle gum. Jay.
I don't need a boss. I'll take 16. I don't need a lot. I'll write nothing. I don't need a verse. I'll take the song. All I need is one mic and we can rock it all night long. Long. We can rock it all night long.
I can't believe you got us in one room.
We can rock it all.
Nigga blow the exotic and go for dolo. Right now I get an iron, it's patriotic. Call me Ocho, used to move blow on the low, but everything ain't what it seem though. See, I'm the game so-so. Move with the so-side persona. Send your ass a lullaby. Still drive by wave high. Like a motherfucker run with government. Nigga respect my covenant. A nigga watch for the cover up. Look, I've been down too long, so one way or another I'm coming up. Right now I'm setting up. I done seen suffer. White rice and malt liquor. Cop lights and cuff niggas through it all, see my skin grew thicker. Now I'm back better than ever, you dealing with a gentleman, nigga. Here I stand, Mr. Johnson, and I put that on my cufflinks. See, I was blessed with a brain that thinks. Stay the fuck away from ships to sink.
I'll take 16. I don't need a lot. I'll write nothing. I don't need a verse. I'll take the song. All I need is one mic and we can rock it all night long. We can rock it all night long.
It's Dutch all night long. Let go.
We can rock it all night.
At the club, it's a fiasco, no Lupe. Good cushion, do say it's Dutchy. Diamond clear as a Blu-ray. All I need is 16. My life is like a movie. I remember days getting work from Guadalupe. And I pay half of what you pay. Get it on Tuesday, re-up on Tuesday. Excuse me, I'm on a call with Ben Frank. Can't stop, won't stop, and I ain't. Who need friends with all this bank? Put me in front of a lens and I'm straight. Who got flows and hooks like me? I'll wait. I still love being the shit, damn I stink. I'm hot, I got a fever, Peter love this me. Anybody thought I was done? Eyes can't. Jag, it's time to talk to him. Sing.
I don't need a boss. I'll take 16. I don't need a lot. I'll write nothing. I don't need a verse. I'll take the song. All I need is one mic and we can rock it all night long.
Not long. Yo. Yo, we wrote this and recorded this back in like 2014. Bruh, I'm trying to tell you, they was hot. They did not want me to release this joint. They did everything they could do. And you know, it's so sad because Meek, you a bitch. Like, he got, but I can't be mad at Meek to a certain extent because everything that Meek did, he did to save his own neck. You know what I mean? Like, they had Desiree Perez. Desiree Perez had the ability, you know what I'm saying, to pull those government ties. You know what I'm saying? She was able to pull pull all of that. She was able to pull all of that. You know, Desiree was able to make it happen for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Desiree was able to get in there and work those judges, allegedly. I mean, do I really need to say allegedly? Because every time people ask Meeky Meek how he got out of his jail problems, and how he got the feds off his back and all of that, and how he got to stay out of court and all of that and get off probation, was because of Desiree Perez. That's what he said. She made that happen. Oh, thank you. So you see what they did? They messed around with us trying to get the numbers to fall down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I might, you know what I might have to do? Like, for real. I might have to just go through and just create a little members only playlist here on the channel where I just put like a playlist of some of my unreleased music that nobody's ever heard. You want me to run that song back? Bruh, then if that's the case, then you already know. Ain't a studio that I went to that I ain't tore apart. It is what it is. I just find it funny that out of nowhere, all of a sudden, my numbers went down in my room. You know what I'm saying? We was up in here like 800 strong. And then the next thing you know, boom, can't nobody hear me. I had to literally leave, shut down everything, and then come back. Like, gee, they be doing. I might have to do that. I might have to start creating a space here where it's just a members only unreleased playlist of, you know, some of my records that, you know, people haven't heard throughout the years, just so people can. It was fire. It was fire. Was it fire? Oh, this? Yeah, this is a Wolfgang Amadeus special. But I might need to do that. Just the unreleased music, the stuff that y'all never heard, you know, the stuff that was never put out, just so y'all could, you know, just come and you could run it anytime you want to run it. Okay, a couple people done said run it back. If I see run it back 2 more times, somebody said run it. All right, you know what? Okay. All right, look, we're going to take a quick musical break. I'm going to drop this off right quick. We're going to get this done for y'all, since y'all asked for it. I ain't crazy. This is called I Need 16. It features some of the hottest instances, in my opinion, from Philadelphia that I thought got overshadowed. A couple members from State Property, Miss Jade from Timberland and Magoo, Jaguar Wright on the hook. I'll let it run a little bit. Here we go. Salute to real hip hop.
I don't need a line, I'll write the theme. I don't need a verse, I'll take the song. All I need is one mic.
Come on.
Yo, niggas lukewarm, I'm hotter than Tucson. Big black Yukon, cut out like a coupon. Fuck a bitch, fuck a homie. See, I'm my own best friend, I'm never lonely. Condo right in the hood, dumb cozy. Hardwood floor, flat screen, water wall. Watch your bitch take it off. Booty so soft, she gon' make it clap. Hold your applause, I'm close to the edge, don't push me. Pussy niggas wearing cheetah print, talking husky. Sweeter than a strawberry margarita slushy, yes. I'm hard like a math test, you ain't study, check. 1, 2, come through, do what I wanna do. Drink a case in your face, escape with your boo, ooh. Kill him crack, oh, ooh, kill him crack. The kid back with a vision, oh, you ain't feeling that, hey.
I don't need a box, I'll take 16. I don't need a line, I'll write the theme. I don't need a verse, I'll take the song. All I need is one mic and we can rock it all night long. We
Crack was up first. This Jay was second on the mic.
We can rock
Coming
it
up
all
next,
night long.
Billy O.
I can't believe you guys in one room.
We can rock it all
Nigga blow the exotic and go for dolo. Right now I get an iron, it's patriotic. Call me Ocho, used to move blow on the low, but everything ain't with a C note. See, on the game so-so, move with the so-side persona. Send your ass a lullaby, still drive by way high. Like a motherfucker run with government, nigga respect my covenant. A nigga watch for the cover up. Look, I've been down too long, so one way or another I'm coming up. Right now I'm setting up, I done seen suffer. White rice and malt liquor. Cop lights and cuff niggas through it all, see my skin grew thicker. Now I'm back better than ever, you dealing with a gentleman, nigga. Here I stand, Mr. Johnson, and I put that on my cufflinks. See, I was blessed with a brain that thinks. Stay the fuck away from shit to sink.
I'll take 16. I don't need a line, I'll write my theme.
I need 16.
I don't need a verse, I'll take the song. All I need is one mic and we can rock it all night long. We can rock it all night long.
Dutchy. All night long. All night. Let go.
We can rock it all night.
At the club, it's a fiasco, no Lupe. Good cushion, do say it's Dutchy. Diamond clear as a Blu-ray. All I need is 16. My life is like a movie. I remember days getting work through Guadalupe. And I pay half of what you pay. Get it on Tuesday, re-up on Tuesday. Excuse me, I'm on a call with Ben Frank. Can't stop, won't stop, and I ain't. Who need friends with all this bank? Put me in front of a lens and I'm straight. Who got flows and hooks like me? I'll wait. I still love being the shit, damn I stink. I'm hot, I got a fever, Peter love this me. Anybody thought I was done? Eyes can't. Jag, it's time to talk to him, sing.
I don't need a boss, I'll take 16. I don't need a line, I'll write the theme. I don't need a verse, I'll take the song. All I need is one mic and we can rock it all night long. We can rock this all night
Hey,
we can rock it all night.
rap American sniper, man, all I need is a shot. Jag blessed me with ammo, so now I'm gunning for spots. No babysitting, but I'm the youngin' that y'all need to watch. I drop waves, now I showboat like flicks with a yacht. Ain't drop a verse in a minute, I'm feeling like Jerry Rice. I am no polite rapper, it's just my flow very nice. All you rappers is actors, all you rappers is light. My future 3 p.m. in the summer, my shit looking bright. Got a lot up on my plate like this Thanksgiving night. This year I got a lot of head like the porno site. Coming from a place where not too many get noticed. Take care of family and business, truly my only motive. Told dad that I want it, so this shit boy we on it. Told my pop watch the sunrise like it's 5 in the morning. Cause he gave me the jeans, so now I'm wearing the jeans. And like them rich white girls, I stay with sweet 16s, Jerome Allen.
I don't need a boss, I'll take 16. I don't need a line, I'll write the theme. I don't need a verse, I'll take my song.
I could rap this thing.
All I need is one
There's so many. Look, there's verses. There is verses. I mean, verses on verses on verses. What? Well, sweetheart, you did get here kind of late. If that's what you want to hear about, you're going to have to go on replay game because we've been here for a hot minute. Actually, we are about to. State Property was all up and through that joint. Major Figures was on that joint. Miss Jade was on that joint. Jaguar Wright had a whole verse, a whole 16 herself on the end of that joint. Bruh, people don't know. I'm a problem. Like, I'm a whole problem. And look, I'm going to be honest. People really don't understand about me. And since we on this music tip, I'm going to play where we started before I end. Because I need people to understand. This music thing for me, it wasn't about clout. It wasn't even about getting rich. It was always about the work. And it was always about feeding the culture. We're gonna turn up one last time, and then we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. I'm gonna drop the link just in case anybody want to come up and holler before we go. But yeah, it's time for the turn up. Wait a minute. 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 Hold on. Man, I tell you, I got too much going on in this studio.
But my life is really like. So listen.
First, my name Jaguar. Don't address me different. I don't know you from a can of pink sun. My enemy can be a personal choice. Don't lace up till it's time to run. Ain't scared, never been scared, don't be scared. And that's a fact, yeah. You should be questioning me. Truly, I've always been a fact, yeah. I'm not a narcissistic thirst bucket, no. Just self-aware. Aware you've been thinking about me too much. Time to come up for air. Your opinion in the universe of me rates about a 0. Now go add value to that somewhere else and find a new hero. Vicarious living is death, covered up in a whole lot of coveting. This ain't church, so why you got a plate in your hand? Cause baby, I ain't offering, but you can take this 2 cents right here to the store and go and get a snack. Then sit on the curb and figure from which hand you just got. Snack the turn up.
You want it?
Time for the turn up.
Got it.
Turn up.
Ask for it.
Time for the turn up. Turn up.
Everybody wanna know like about celebrity friends and why I gained weight, my marriage and all that. What else?
Time with the Roots was cool, Jake was great, and Cat Williams, yes, amazing.
For real though.
All it means is cool people enjoy my talents and my company. See, I make me experience, shape me, but in the day I make me self-reliant, don't waste the fight, and don't see that change until I'm dying. Far as waking, chalk it up to depression, married an asshole. Dark days, storms, then made it to the end of the rainbow. Found me a pot, named Sam. I love being his mother. Might do it one more time, honestly, because it's such an honor. Always wanted a real life for real love, something that was on my true definition of fame is to be alone in the sunshine. Turn up. Time for the turn up.
You wanted it.
Turn up.
It is.
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Time for the turn up.
You asked for it.
Turn up.
What?
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Yo, everything in this world that glitter ain't gold.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Gain the world, lose your soul.
Pretty much.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. Hey, everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. No shame in loving God, though the world may see us fail, yeah. Good things, they do take time. Take yours, I take mine. No point in lying for it, might end up dying for it. We all get what we deserve, some help that serves, some way to be served. My pride is my right, and my right is my life. Rich if I want to, might miss the real truth. To be more understanding, to be more forgiving, to compromise, to believe God.
Y'all always want to ask some questions, right? Did that answer it for you?
Dos,
come on, man.
Uno, dos, tres,
Turn up.
Turn up.
You wanted it.
Yo, for those who have been here with me all the way, y'all already know what that song is all about. You already know what it means. You know, music for me is so much more than a flex. You know, music for me is it's life, it's communication. It's healing. And when I see suckers like John Carter, out here, just making a mockery of something as important as music, selling his lies, selling his bull crap, all of the money that's spent in the campaigns around him to keep people from doing things that he, talking about, all the stuff that we don't talk about. Like, it's kind of wild to me. So what we finna do right now, you get over here, and we gonna do this. I'm gonna drop this link right quick, just in case anybody wants to come up and, just say a few words, or even if you have a comment about what we went through tonight, what we learned about tonight. You know what I'm saying? There goes the link. Link is now in the chat. Feel free to tap in. Oh yeah, this track, I can't wait to really just get off on this joint. Ooh, he the man or a lot of people. Some people like to talk about it a lot. Some people just like to keep score. Trust me. Onika ain't the only person you owe, and not the only female you owe. But the link is out there. It's out there. Hold on a second. Let me take a look, because we went through a lot tonight, and I want to make sure that nobody lost sight of what we had going on, what we were talking about. I want to make sure that everybody is, a part of this conversation. If anybody has anything that they want to offer, anything that they'd like to say, I don't have a problem with communicating. Okay, we got somebody up here, somebody at the back door.
Hey, Jay.
Welcome, CJ. Welcome to the court.
All the way from Mississippi. I just want to let you know that I have been listening to you, supporting you, trying to spread your word down here in Mississippi. It might not be, yes.
I haven't been down Mississippi in a minute. How far are you from Jackson?
2 hours.
Okay. All right. So you're not that far off I-20 way?
Not at all. I just want to commend you on being so brave, because no matter if it's speaking against the industry, just speaking positive and speaking the truth, so many people don't want to hear it. Whether it's your truth, whether it's God's truth, people don't want to hear it. And I just want to say that I just want you to be safe and keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Shout out to our sister from Mississippi.
Also, one more thing I wanted to say, Jay.
Yeah.
I had no idea who you were. Like I said, I am so young. So you would have grew up around my parents. Around my parents' age. So I learned about you maybe about 2-3 years ago. And I just want to say that you changed the way that I look at things. You said if we had to do everything the right way, we would go back to as toddlers and learn everything again. When I say that changed my life, that changed my life. Because we have been lied to so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, sister.
Well, tell your parents they did an awesome job raising a smart woman.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that I got to be a part of your journey. Thank you for accepting me in and letting me be a part of your journey. Easy.
Can't open that. Everybody can see me.
Oh, they can't see your face. You calm
I
down.
put myself in one time. Hey, everybody.
Oh, look at that beautiful face.
Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, thanks, lady. Yo, shout out to Z-Tay, Mississippi Strong up in the building, hot water cornbread.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me, Jay.
Absolutely, lady. Take care. Okay, we got somebody else in the back. Oh, you don't know how? Oh, there you go. We got somebody else in the back. I don't know if you want to be cammed up, but you're more than welcome to stay cammed up if you like. We got Brother Gregory Young in the house. What's going on, Brother Greg?
Hey, how you doing, sister?
Just, doing what we doing.
How you doing, sister?
Talking with the people. How you doing tonight?
I'm blessed. And I want to say I definitely commend you for being honest. And as you being honest, this is real powerful what you're doing, and I want to keep you in my prayers. And also, you're welcome to join my channel, Godly Man G.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna make sure that I keep that on deck, and we look at that Godly Man G. I'm gonna make sure that if you
on
like
YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay.
And much love to everybody.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming through and spreading that good love and that good word. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure that we all keep Gregory on our algorithm deck. Godly Man G it is.
Yes, because I want to get the good news around the world about how good God is, exposing Hollywood.
Amen. Amen. Well, then we need to show up for that. We definitely need to show up for that. All right, brother. Was there anything else you'd like to share with us?
And what do you think about Jay-Z's interview?
What do I think about it? Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be talking about it more in depth very shortly, because I'm gonna be sitting down with the brothers on the blue couch. We got a couple of things to discuss regarding that interview. What I will say is hogwash. And, part of what we went through, what's going on, LP in the building. Part of what we went over tonight. Probably gonna have to go back and check replay gang if you showed up late. But we were just, I pulled out one of the lives.
Okay. And I love your music. Your music is wonderful and beautiful. It touches my heart every time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you for that.
Real talk.
Yeah,
I don't know why Jay-Z got rid of you. That was wrong.
Well, the truth is he didn't get rid of me. I left.
Oh, you did? Okay. Sorry about that.
No. When I saw where it was going, there was no way I could be a part of it. All I wanted to do was just be able to be an independent artist. Let them go their way, and I go my way. And I wasn't going to be rocking with him. He was going to make sure that I wasn't going to rock at all. So that's really what it's been about. Just a tug of war between me and this entity, which is such a big figurehead, an industry that I helped feed and fuel so much awesome into. That's part of the reason why I started speaking out, because when I realized that their whole objective was to make sure that if I didn't have a life with him, I could have no life.
Oh, wow. Okay, I see.
Yeah, like it's not even a matter of, whether or not I wanted to stay. I didn't want to stay. I fought to get out of my major recording contract when I was at Geffen. After MCA folded, I fought to get out of that. I spent $60,000 on a lawyer and fought to get my master's back. And then when I became an independent artist, the next thing you know, every time I tried to strike up a new deal or set up a new deal here, there, or the other, Here come this big head nigga shutting down my deals, collapsing my deals. And as his power grew, it became harder and harder for me to fight in spaces where people would continue to work with me because he would always, threaten to cut their water off if they worked with me. And then that's when I started looking for other ways to direct the consumer. And as the internet started to grow, and I started to grow my persona online, and I started to build a following, they started realizing, she can eat. And that's when they started attacking me, and then that's when they started sending people into my life. And then, my family got challenged, and the next thing you know, they started working with my ex-husband. They had cases put on me, started having me arrested. I was forced to go to jail, fight to get my innocence back. They just kept putting cases on. Like, it's crazy the shit that they done. That's part of the reason why when Demore Hadley, Desiree Perez's daughter came forward, that's part of the reason why I, in turn, decided to go for her story and share her story because I knew she wasn't lying. I knew she was. We got Grumpy Knuckles in the building. Here with me.
What's up? Peace. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, man, shout out.
It went nuts. It went nuts. And then the next thing you know, when they realized they weren't going to be able to stop me, my son was taken from me.
Wow, that's deep.
He was taken by a young man that was busy trying to prove his worthiness to Rock Nation and trying to get a Rock Nation contract. My son actually turned Rock Nation down.
I thought the industry was all about opportunities.
Oh, no. It's about an opportunity to be ingratiated to them, to be loyal to them, to be owned and ran by them. Like, that's what it's all about.
Oh.
So if you're not going to get down and lay down the way they want you to get down and lay down, then they just gonna get rid of you altogether. And that's really the way that works.
So that's what Cat Williams is saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but at the same time, the industry is real tricky, man. Like, they play on sort of the weaknesses of, like, just bad behavior in neighborhoods, and because they do that, like, they're able to sort of prey on you in ways that Jag has been talking about for years. And trust me, she's been talking about this for years.
Right.
I've been trying to hit them. I've been trying to hit people because...
And you were saying this for a few years when I was watching on YouTube a few times, and I knew something wasn't right. I'm like, wow, something ain't right.
6 years I've been speaking out publicly. I used to work in the shadows. I used to look out for people in the backdrop, people who wanted to get away from the game, people who wanted to get away from, I was always there standing in the gap for them. And it was really crazy because there was this one young artist that was attached to the Carters. And that's when I knew I had no choice but to stay out front. I went to go see her, and I was bringing her under my wing. And one day I was over the house. It was really crazy. All of the technology, everything was shut down. I was trying to share files with her. Everything was shut down. And then the power went down in the house. All of the power. But the electricity was still on. But all of the devices, like, you could tell something was being monitored by an outside source. And then the next thing you know, everybody's trying to restart everything. And I'm like, oh, we need to get out of here. I lied to you not when I tell you within days, out of nowhere, her sister was mowed down by a car and her life was taken.
Hey, Jag. So, Jag, I'm going to tell you two different stories that's going to remind you of who I am. This is going to make you laugh.
What?
This is gonna make you laugh. All right, so they call me Grumpy Knuckles now, but I'm actually Element 7D. All right, so but for those of that y'all that don't know, I actually been doing music for a long time, right? All right, so it's two stories that I got with Jag that's crazy. So my cousin Jahad, you remember when y'all used to come to LA and y'all used to rock Leimert Park?
Yeah.
That was my cousin. That was my first cousin. And that little boy with the freckles who used to rap in the beginning, that was me.
Okay.
That was me.
Early 2000s.
I'm talking about early, yes. I'm talking about early. Even when we used to do the world, the world stage with the poetry and all that. When you used to come to the world stage and all that. Okay? Because Jahad used to run that too. Okay? Now that's the first, that was my first, like, when I actually really got to know who you were, because I was like, who is this person who could sing like this? You know what I'm saying? But then the second time was when I was established. I had got we had got signed with Flatland and all that, and I was the young dude rolling with the 60s that was rocking with E-Rule and King Born and all those guys. Big Pun, not the Big Pun from New York, the Big Pun from LA. And when that situation, and I'm not gonna say what happened at the House of Blues, but I knew that was mistreating you, and it was us that got you up out of there and got you up out of there safe. I was the kid that got arrested that night to get you up out of there.
There was a couple of, I had a couple of tight moments in LA, and I do remember.
Yeah.
I remember that it was a long time ago. It was a
long time ago. It was like the early 2000s. It was like, you know what I mean?
It was. I think that.
But I remember you told me. Because I, like 2 years later, I went back to Texas to go visit my father, and we were in South by Southwest. I'll never forget this shit. And Amir was trying to sign me, and you was looking at me, and you was shaking your head, and I was like, "Nah, I'm cool, bro. I'm cool, bro." But I've never. But I remember you were performing with the Roots that night. And like maybe about a year later, that's when we started Hip Hop Hump Day. So I'm the one that started all of that, and that's how I officially met you. Because when you came back down for South by Southwest, you came and rocked the stage with me, and you didn't even know who I was. I was just the kid from LA that saw you at Leimert Park that one time.
Leimert Park has always been special to me. It broke my heart when I found out that the Carters, they're trying to get their hands on Vision Theater. They're trying to turn it over to Tina Knowles and Solange to do all of the booking and to bring all of the talent through. And I'm like, yo, that's not what that's not a good look. That's not a good look. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, what's she gonna do? Come through there and feed them some of that rotten gumbo? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But man, it's I tell you, yeah, it's been a lot of years. And it's funny because...
But you were always good to me. You were always good to me because I was younger than you. I'm only like maybe about 2 years younger than you. But you were always good to me. You always looked at me in them eyes like, yo, kid, don't do it. And I always looked at you like, I'm already on it. Don't worry about it. I'm already on it.
It's just so wild because there's so many people that I've met throughout the years. And what's funny is that's why when I hear when they bring these people online to come and tell crazy stories about me and say crazy things about me and make up all of this stuff, I'm like, you already know what it is. You know what I mean? Because anybody who's met me will tell you, I treat people well, I treat people good. I've always been a real one, especially when it comes to those of us who have the gift, because I see us as God's community here on earth. So I'm always looking out for my real musicians. You know, like when I look at all of my guys, like it was so funny. I saw Kurt Chambers and Adam Blackstone on an Instagram clip with, what is his name? Duran Bernard, that new young guy who just won those Grammys.
Yep.
I made a comment in the chat and I was just like, no fighting in the parking lot at you, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Like when I get the book and I see all of the young people who came up underneath me who I took care of, and they're still working in the system, and it's just so wild, like, because I look and I think to myself, like, you know
what's crazy? I didn't
ever speak up and speak kindly of me. None of them will ever.
Hey sis,
he's not lying, she's not this, and I get it. Like I get why. You know what I mean? They won't do it because they know they'll never work again, and that's crazy because that's how the game is.
Yo, sis, I it's crazy. I got a chance to go down to the to Dilla's basement.
Yeah.
And this is when Amir was trying to sign me, and then I'll never forget this because I missed the chance, because this is about the time where he was getting sick and he moved out to LA. So I was still out in LA at the time. I'm in Portland now, but I was living in LA at the time.
Yeah.
And that's around the time, that's kind of around the time where you were coming out there a lot, And I used to ask people, I was like, yo, who is this chick, man? Oh, that's the chick from such and such, and like they would just give me all these records. So me and my guy Brainchild Solomon from Stone Store and all that, man, we used to go get your 45s. We used to go get your 45s, man. And we just used to spin them shits, man.
Do you know who came from Inglewood that I bumped into when I moved to Texas? That was such just a refreshing moment for me. You remember Stone Mecca?
Yeah, I know Stone Mecca. Man, listen, not only Stone Mecca, I know Doug Mecca. I know all the Mecca family, man. I come from the Mecca family.
Stone Mecca, we ended up bumping into each other in the DFW, and we started working together. It was wild because that was when he was still, I guess he's still RZA's musical director, but that was like, late teens of the 20s, like about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, when we first went back into each other. And I'm like, bruh, I can't believe, you ended up here in Texas. I ended up here in Texas. It was a good moment.
The crazy part, I'm gonna tell you a crazy story, right? So check this out. You told the story about Rihanna, right? Yeah. So check this out. So my dad, I moved back to Texas. My dad was taking care of one of my family members, right? I linked up with, and my dad does taxes and all that stuff. So he ended up, and he did taxes for like a lot of track runners and stuff like that. Texas is a big track state and all that. So he was doing taxes for a dude named Obadele Thompson, who's married to Marion Jones, right?
Uh-huh.
So check this out. He tells Oba, he's like, hey, my son is a troubled kid. He's a gangbanger. Can you get him right? I know, because he loves music, he loves to rap, he loves to do all this, and he's a great producer and all that. So I get with Obadele Thompson. Now, Obadele Thompson is from Barbados.
Yeah.
So check this out. The first year I'm with Oba, he says, hey, man, your production is crazy. We got this girl, she's like 12 years old at the time. 12, 13, somewhere around there. I can't remember how old she was at the time. But he says, hey, you need to hear her. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So they send a demo from Barbados with his friend who does jazz or whatever, and it's Rihanna.
Yeah.
And
they had their
I'm
eye
like,
on her. No.
no, so check this out. So we start making some moves, and we working with Troy Hightower at the time because we was working some deals with BBE and doing some stuff with De La and shit at the time. And like a week later, we look on the internet and she signed to Jay-Z, bro. This shit was the craziest thing I ever. And then now that I hear the stories about what he told her in that room, there's two ways out of that room. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
No,
Yeah, that was crazy.
it is what it is. But if you look
That's
and you
crazy.
see what's going on, like, I mean, there's just so much. And her name being in those Epstein files, her name being on Jeffrey Epstein's call log, like, there's a lot. There's a lot that's about to really get kicked out from under the rug. And I don't like to say too much because the truth is there's so much that I don't say because there's people that I'm still protecting, you know, because really what the deal is they want the information so they know how to plug that, how to shut that down so the truth doesn't get out, you know, and that's the hardest part when it comes to standing out.
Yeah, that's been the hardest part for me is shutting up. Like the hardest part for me has been not like actually really revealing really the gangster shit that I had to actually go through in this process. Like, you know how difficult it was for me. Like, it got to the point where, like, I knew the business. My dad was very savvy on teaching me the business on how, you know, how to like make sure that I knew how to get my royalties, my masters and all that. But man, it was so difficult just trying to get out of the game. I still make music, of course, just like you still make music. But I mean, it was difficult, man. Like these people are demonic gangsters, man. These people are the mafia. They the mafia.
It's treacherous. It's treacherous. And they have network that spans all over the country and all over the world. So it's like you never know where you're gonna bump into them or ally them. You know, it is what it is. But see, that's why I know that God has his hand on me. That's how I know that I'm doing what God wants me to do.
Now, baby girl, you're doing so beautiful. Listen, I haven't said a lot. It's just recently that I've been reaching out to you just because I think it's about time for me to say what I need to say. But I've been listening for a long time. You've been talking about this since the early 2000s.
Take your time. I was talking behind the scenes. I was helping people behind the scenes until I realized I need to make sure that everybody know about it, you know, and that's why I'm like, if I'm going to have a presence on this internet, I'm going to use
You think that shooting at Rihanna's place is something to be involved with?
I think, in my opinion, the way things is looking to me now, and I got some more that I'm going to be putting to the forefront, but it's looking like it's looking staged. It's giving stage.
Yeah, it's definitely, listen, if you know, especially if you lived in LA, like if you lived in LA, man, like these people literally set things up in ways that like they literally set you up. It's crazy. It's great. Like it's hard to explain because like it sounds like a cinematic movie.
Yeah.
But it's worse than that. But it's worse than that, though, bro. It's really worse than that.
That's why I have to tell these people the truth is stranger than fiction. The truth is stranger than fiction.
Because how they know the shooter and how they know the driver, and it was so fast, you know?
Understand this. They still can't explain how the girl got from Florida to California. They still can't explain it. With all of
the whole story makes no sense.
all of
Yeah, the
the
whole story makes no sense.
that we have in this United States, whether she drove or whether she flew or whether she was on a Greyhound bus or whether she took an Amtrak train, however she got to California, there's no way in the world that woman made it over 3,000 miles. And nobody knows how she ended up in LA. More importantly,
You know, here's the other thing that they don't.
I'm telling
Hey, hey, Jackie. Here's the other thing that they don't want to talk about in the industry. It's not white spy versus black spy. It's black spy versus black spy. It's black magic versus black magic. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it all the way a bean, man. They really be out there doing that.
Listen to me, I know, and we gonna and little by little, but the truth is, most people aren't ready to accept that.
My goodness. So it's not that many godly people in Hollywood, but besides you, Jag,
bruh,
and some other people and Cat.
Nah, it's a small percentage. It's a small percentage.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very small percentage.
Like David versus Goliath.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, no. Vero Vision said no. It's black magic versus dark magic. Well, same thing. It's basically dark magic versus dark magic. Basically, like they be fighting each other for real, like with dark magic. I'm telling you, it's really like that.
I know. But gentlemen, don't get me wrong. This has been great. But we're gonna get ready to shut down. We've been here for a minute. And
we love you, Jackie. We love you, Jackie. Listen, I love you.
Yeah.
I can't wait till. Hey, listen, hey, Jackie. I can't wait till you interview me, cause I got some stories that I'm gonna remind you of that's gonna make you laugh.
Well, I'm gonna be giving you a holler soon. We're gonna reach out. We're gonna bust it up, and we're gonna take this.
Hey, Jag, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Godly Man G. And it's all about God, the Holy Scriptures, and it's deep, you know?
Hey, man. Hey, may the Most High bless you, brother. And of course, obviously, Jag, we love you. Listen, I've been riding for you since 2000, man. Since a baby. Love you.
Love you too. All right, gentlemen.
Hallelujah.
It's been
All right,
pleasure.
y'all. God bless.
Indeed. Oh, Shabbat. What a wonderful. I love it when we get to talk with people who love God, who love the presence of the Lord. It's an amazing thing. So y'all make sure we gotta subscribe. Godly Man G. We got another person in the community that we didn't even know was here, where we can go and we can be just in the presence of someone who appreciates love as much as we do. Guys, it's been so fabulous. It's really been amazing. I hope we learned a lot. And like I said, y'all know it's Patreon Wednesday. Y'all know we get in. What time we get in? Round tomorrow. That's cute. Wait a minute, where's that comment? Because that's not going to stay here. Sorry, but it's not going to stay here. Because don't nobody really care about black magic. And nobody's caring about having black magic in the ear. It was a great live tonight. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm glad you guys had a good time. But like I said, tomorrow was Patreon Wednesdays, and we got some updates regarding this Brianna case. So y'all know what to do. Y'all know what it's all about. I want to thank all of our contributors who came through today. Barbara J came through today. Of course, Archangel Michael, Paris Jansen, thank you so much. Oh, wait a minute. Toywood, back in the membership, back in the fold. Grumpy Knuckles, of course, came through. Appreciate. Fire Glory, thank you so much. Hold on a second. We got Fifth House Productions came through. appreciate you. Alina's, love you much. We got D Coop. Thank you for coming through. Oh, we got another new member. Lovely Me. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Hey guys, y'all already know the Jaguar Wright effect. We've had such a good time just being in fellowship. And remember, as always, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. For real, like, we can't be believing in stuff that these people are saying. They be talking all kinds of crazy stuff. Y'all know what it is.